Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again on this live stream Tuesday night. Yeah. Wait for people to come up in her. Come up in her. Looking through my stuff. We got hello friends, E2 Blue here. Shout out to Mark Owens. Is anybody in here? Check my settings really quick because I can't see anything. How is Eastside Herald the first one in here? Every time Eastside Herald. Wow. Manuel Trillo, what's going on? Full blast. How you doing? Miss Coco, what it do? Dave Moore, what's going on? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Gotta check my notes. Oh, Cameron, you already know I do that. That's all I do all day, every day, bro. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, really? Oh, we got Eagles fans in here. How y'all doing? All right, good. Did you say still no contract for the Black Kirk Cousins? Really, dude? So Mr. Texas fan, where is since you coming in here talking all this mess already? Explain to me when your quarterback is getting. Won't you worry about Deshaun Watson? Why are you worried about Dak Prescott? You got a black quarterback as well. So, sir, Darian, what's going on? Raymond Solis, what's going on, my man? What do we need with the 17th pick? Either a defensive tackle or a DB, and that's either safety or corner. Philly Cowboys 76 in the building. Got my mods in here. What's going on? Oh, I need to. Raymond, you already know how I do, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's talk about it. So, the Cowboys did make some moves. It may not be the moves that we wanted them to make, but we got Adam Redmond locked up, baby. We got Adam Redmond, baby. No, y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like Adam Redmond. Y'all like Adam Redmond. Okay. Man, my dog Coco just came in here, just bust through my little door I had in here, a little sheet. She just came through here. I gotta tell you about that one, Dave. It's a little difficult situation. Darian, what's going on? I like Kinlaw Henderson first trade down. You can. I like McKinney as well. Kinlaw looks like the person to get right there, but as we get closer and closer to the draft, guys, it's gonna be a lot of trading and stuff going around. It really depends on where Tua goes, because depending on where Tua goes is going to shift where these other guys are headed. We already know that Chase Young is going to be the first defensive lineman to go, and he's slated to go to the Redskins. So if they don't pick him, that'll be stupid, in my opinion. But do you think we need to trade back and get additional picks because the value is going to come later on? Now, if we get to that depends on what happens, Cameron. So if we get to the draft and at 17, if we get there and there's nobody there that they want to pick up, I would suggest moving back into the round and getting that extra pick in the second round. But if you don't do it that way, because I think that there's some guys going to slide because of medical issues and things of that nature. So there's a couple of guys I'm looking at in the first round. Like you got Kinlaw, you got McKinley, you got what's his name? The LSU guy. You got some of these guys that you can get. So somebody's going to be there. So I think that at 7, you could probably get somebody there. You said, I mean, one Adam 12. What's that? Yeah, I think that like in the third round, we need to get like a linebacker, like for depth purposes, for backup reasons, because we don't know if they're gonna re-sign Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas still there. I like the guy Malcolm Smith. They can bring him back. There's different ways they can go about doing this. Puro Party, what's going on? We should be able to get good talent. And remember, with this new coaching staff, man, they're looking to pick best available player. Yeah, Delpit. Thank you, Raymond. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name because I say his name all the time. Mark Holmes, what's going on, Mark Holmes? Shout out to Mark Holmes, guys. Shout out to Mark Holmes is in the building. The homie Mark Holmes. Because without you guys, this cannot be possible. Yeah, 5th round compensatory pick. I got the numbers right here. I was gonna get ready to check it right now. Because I was looking it up online. So right now we have first round. You guys, we got 17th pick. Second round we have the number 50, the 51st pick. The third round we're number 82. Fourth round, 113. So that compensatory pick in the 5th round. So we have 2 5th round picks now with that one compensatory pick. So the first one is 146 overall and 179 overall. And then we don't have a 6th round pick because remember we traded that away. And then we have a 7th round pick, 208. So we're in good position, guys, in this draft as a whole, all the way up into the 7th round to get quality guys. We can literally well, we're picking the 6 of the 7 rounds. I think that we can get some quality guys. We can get some starters out of these guys. Mark, you said you chilling, waiting like everybody. What you waiting on, Mark? I know you tripping about that coronavirus, man. But look, you got to stay prayed up. As my man Dallas Cowboys 1980 says, you got to stay cowboyed up and you got to stay prayed up. The YouTube general, Mark Holmes. Shout out to Mark Holmes. Letting Quinn and Bennett walk equals 2 extra picks. So this is the thing. You want to keep Quinn because that is your pass rush. You need that end guy because, him getting that production right there on the end is pivotal for him and D-Law, especially this year coming with this new staff. And also Michael Bennett did say that he would like to come back to the Dallas Cowboys. I think you could get Michael Bennett cheap because he's old. He's an older guy now. He had made most of his money. You could probably get him on a veteran minimum. That can shore up your defensive line. So that way you don't have to go in a draft and be like, okay, we need to get this defensive tackle. We need to get this because, again, you definitely want to get, like Mark Holmes says, you need to get that refrigerator with arms in the middle because at some point we may switch to a 3-4. Now, right now we're still doing 4-down linemen, which makes sense because you look at what we have on this team as far as what our front line looks like. We don't have the personnel for a 3-4 right now because you look at our linebackers, they're hybrid guys. We don't have big guys like perfect example of a good 3-4 defense. You look at the Packers where they have Zadarius Smith and they got the Smith brothers over there. So you look at those guys, they're technically linebackers, but they're big like rushers. So Leighton Vander Esch with his neck, you don't know what his future is going to be like. Jalen Smith, he's got issues with cutting because he's always going to have issues with that nerve. So it is what it is. Trip Mache all the way down from Australia, baby. No need to be sorry, brother. We know that you're in tomorrow right now. You're in a whole different time zone, brother. So I just appreciate you even coming in here, period. You know what I mean? So I do appreciate that. Thomas Garrett, what's going on? I'm trying to address everybody in here. Sorry, guys. Mark, I understand you scared, but Mark, outside of what you're dealing with, like you're still healthy, bro. So you don't have a lot to worry about either, man. Just look. You know what I do when I feel something coming on? I keep that Theraflu and I just take it like it's a shot, bro, and I'm good to go. Is the rumors on Larry True would help our O-line now? So this is the thing. Every time a player gets either not signed on the team that used to be a Dallas Cowboy or somebody that the media deems, Ed, definitely got to stay prayed up. Oh, I got to make you a moderator too. Shit, I keep forgetting about that. Boom. All right, yeah. So this is my thing. Now you Ron Leary, I would love him to come back. Now, I don't like that stuff that he did when he left, when he gave Denver our snap count. You remember when we played Denver and Von Miller was in the backfield before Dak could snap the ball? Unbelievable. But I did like Ron Leary's production. He worked well with the offensive lineman that we already have on his team. I would love to see him come back, but for what cost though? Because I know Ron Leary, he had a 4-year deal that was $36 million with the Broncos, so he made his money. Brian SoCal, what's going on, brother? Yeah, Mark. Everybody's definitely waiting on that CBA. But you look at it like this: when you're talking about guys on this team, money matters right now. We have what, 77 mil in cap space. Dak Prescott still needs to sign his Eastside Harold, make you a mod. You're not even a Dallas Cowboy fan. How the hell make you a mod, bro? What the hell you talking about? I mean, I appreciate you in here, but you gotta be a Cowboy fan to be a mod, bro. Stand by the truth. What's going on? Experience that Bennett. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You said Leary is a traitor. I mean, he was mad because he wanted to stay with the Dallas Cowboys, but they weren't gonna pay him. So that's just the issue with that. So Timothy Looper, what's going on, bro? Terrell, Texas, baby. Woo! William Taylor, what's going on? Philly Cowboys said, Eastside Harold, you crazy. Now, Eastside Harold, I appreciate you coming in the chat. I can't make you a moderator, dog, because you're not a Cowboy fan. Unfortunately, I can't do that. Can't do that. But I appreciate you wanting to be one. 43 Flex, what up, frat? Go mob, frat. All day, baby. Blue fire all day. See, my life is blue. You know what I mean? Like Dallas Cowboys blue, my fraternity blue. I'm all over it, baby. So as we embark into this crazy ass offseason, we went through this whole thing with D-Law last year with him not signing his contract. And, you know, everybody's talking about, well, whether Dak is worth it. And I keep trying to tell you guys, it's not about what he's worth. It's more about what the team is willing to pay for. Now, Cowboys look like they're giving in at this point. They offered him the 105 mil guaranteed, 33 a year. I think he wants 35 a year, but we'll see what happens. I think that what we should do right now is just hope that he can get it signed by Thursday. They pushed the deadline till Saturday, so they got a little bit of time right now to figure some things out. But it could be if Dak doesn't sign this, or if him and his agent doesn't accept this, it could be a situation where they might sign Amari Cooper before they sign him, and that could be interesting, y'all. You said his Dez coming back. I doubt it. I talked to you guys about that whole Dez thing before. Like, Dez would be the fourth receiver on this team. And everybody knows in the NFL, your fourth receiver has to be a special teams player. So if he's a special teams player, he's not going to play special teams. Dez Bryant is, 31 years old now? He's not going to play special teams for you. Now, I know early in his career he was doing punt returns and kick returns, but what happened? He sprained his ankle. And a guy like that, you're only going to use him sparingly anyway. You're going to use him on short sluggo routes. You're going to use him in the red zone on those back shoulder fades. Those are the primary reasons to use Dez Bryant. If he's your fourth receiver, he's got to be a special teamer. So I just don't see that happening. I'll be honest with you. I think that they're probably more susceptible to re-sign Tavon Austin before they'll sign Dez Bryant, to be honest with you. Now, Daniel Peterson, skin fan, no love. I mean, I give everybody love, man. As long as y'all cool, everybody cool. So rumor is he was offered more than golf. Quarterbacks are the most crybabies in the NFL. Hey, well, you know, they say that the quarterback position is the most important position in football. You know, you start with the ball. I mean, you are the leader of your team. So the value of the quarterback, whether you agree or disagree with it, for any team, for a starting quarterback, that number ain't gonna do nothing but raise. I mean, you look at Pat Mahomes. You think we got issues with Dak? Look at what the Chiefs are gonna have to deal with Pat Mahomes. He is going to break the whole bank. I don't know what Deshaun Watson's contract is going to be. It's probably going to be somewhere similar to Dak Prescott because their production is similar. But you look at Pat Mahomes winning the Super Bowl. He could break the bank. But there's other guys that need to be paid too. They got Chris Jones over there on the defensive line. He ain't too happy about getting franchise tagged. So, and they got less money to work with than we do, and they got more free agents. So, you think we got issues, bro? You look around the league, man. It's not, this salary cap thing is yeah. Cowboys Steelers. Yes. Thanks for reminding me. Yes, the Hall of Fame game. Cowboys playing the Steelers. So the Cowboys get 5 games for the preseason this year. We get to play in the Hall of Fame game, which will kick off the preseason. Now, the good thing about it is the Dallas Cowboys get to start training camp earlier than other teams, which is pivotal right now. It's perfect timing because we got this whole new coaching staff right now. So with these guys coming in, Mike McCarthy already went to California. He went to go check out the Thousand Oaks. Is that where it is? Thousand Oaks, whatever. I've never been there. So he went to go check out the area. He already has a plan made up that he's thinking in his mind right now for training camp and the schedule that they want to do. So the Dallas Cowboys are going to get to have more practices. They're going to be able to be there earlier. They're going to be able to get that rapport with the new coaching staff. So it's going to be beneficial to the Dallas Cowboys this year. And I just look at it like this, man. If this team is going to shape up like I think it will, and once these contracts get in place and we get some good corners and defensive linemen, man, we're going to be unstoppable, man. There's injury prone like Miles Austin later in his career. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you one thing too. Mike McCarthy is salivating over the fact that he has Zeke and Tony Pollard. Remember in Green Bay, he didn't have that. He had Eddie Lacy, and I can't even remember the other running backs he had. That's how not like the Cowboys they were. Now, everybody kept criticizing Mike McCarthy because he wanted to throw the ball a lot. But when you got a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, and you got to manipulate your strength. If you're strong at something, common sense will tell you to utilize what you're strong in. You're not going to keep doing something that you're weak at and keep losing. Like, that's dumb. You manipulate what you are strong at, and you make it even better. Now, the fact that the Cowboys are a balanced team, Jason Garrett just couldn't get this team over the hump. Like, Jason Garrett will win you some games, but when it comes down to playoffs and getting this team where it needs to go, he's not that type of coach to do that. So I just think that what we have now, I mean, me thinking optimistically, I think that, and I talked about this on Mark's channel too, I think that with Mike McCarthy and the fact that he had a year off, and he actually got to sit back and watch the league. He got to watch Dak Prescott. He got to watch these running backs and just other teams in general. So he has a better idea now of how he wants to come and do things. He can revise what he did in Green Bay. Some of the mistakes that he made as a coach over there, he can fix those things and make it better now as the coach of Dallas Cowboys. So I'm just looking at the positive in this situation, and that's what it is. You said which 2 games pissed me off the most? I would say the Bears and the Bills as well. No, I'm going to throw in the Jets game. That Jets game pissed me off too because I'm like, Sam Darnold came back from having mono and just ripped us a new asshole that game. Like, literally. Like, come on now. He threw a 97-yard pass from the backed up in the end zone, threw a 97-yard pass to catch and run to Robbie Anderson for a touchdown. Really? Yeah, Bears and Jets. Yep, Dak definitely has a real coach. And I'm telling you, Dak Prescott is going to be so much better under new coaching because that's the only variable. We've changed so many things with this teams over the year. You understand, like, we've had so many different type of players, whether it was in the beginning when Jerry Jones would interfere too much and he would want to keep players that didn't need to be here anymore. And you said Eddie Lacy's Refrigerator Perry 2.0. Yeah. But I'm optimistic about this coaching staff, and not just Mike McCarthy. We got a special teams coach that's going to do some things in here. We re-signed Kai Forbath. Things are going to be things are looking up. They got a guy that's on the reserve list right now that's a kicker that's going to give him competition for training camp. I doubt that he'll beat Kyle Forbath out. We already know that Kyle Forbath, for the most part, is going to be our kicker for the foreseeable future. They got to re-sign LP Laddiser. Let's not forget about LP. LP is the oldest player on this team, and he has been consistent ever since he's been on this team. Remember, we got him off a whim. We was in training camp one year. They called a bunch of kickers. He happened to be in the San Diego area. He came over, and boom, he never left, and he's been with the Dallas Cowboys ever since. You said the Bears game was the first time you lost your shit, man. Let me tell you something. Mitchell Trubisky was out there like Lamar Jackson, and when he scored that touchdown, when he did that little thing like this, when he backed up like this in the end zone, and I'm like, when he did that little gallop, that's what pissed me off. I think I was at Mark's house when we saw the game. Because I saw the game and I was like, yep, about to head out. Because I'm just like, bro, just ridiculous. Our defense was just playing like babies out there. Lansky, what's going on? Definitely been a minute. Dave, you said Bears and Eagles. I'm not gonna put the division games in there because division games with us can go either way. John House, what's going on, man? Ronnie, we have a lot of holes to fill. They're saying we're still a good team. Yeah, we're still a good team because again, we have holes to fill, but they're not as big as you think they are. What is the biggest thing that we were missing? Rodney, what do you think is the biggest thing we were missing? And I can tell you my opinion right now. We got gashed up the middle on defense. And again, you need that refrigerator with arms. That guy, that defensive tackle, his sole job, he's not a pass rusher. When you get that defensive tackle, if he does get you 3 or 4 sacks, that's a great year for a defense, for one technique, I mean. Because their sole purpose is to clog and contain. They clog that pocket, they collapse that pocket so the quarterback can't step up. And basically they're taking the attention on those inside offensive linemen so those ends can come around the corner and eat and get to the quarterback. That is the whole purpose of the one technique. That's your job. That's why I like when we used to have what's the dude? Nick Hayden. They used to call him the golden. Rob Marinelli called him the golden cock. Pause. But yeah, he was that guy, and we need a guy like Nick Hayden in there. You get another guy like Nick Hayden. He did his job when he was in there. So, but again, that another thing with this defense outside of the players, that coaching staff, Rob Marinelli, that Tampa 2 defense was just old. It was stale. It needed to go. And then you bring in Chris Richard. I love Chris Richard. Chris Richard brought a fire to these secondary guys. But the problem with that is what his philosophy was different than what you have with your defensive coordinator. Your defensive coordinator and your defensive line coach or your secondaries coach or any other secondary coach on the defense cannot have different views on things. Everybody has to work together. It has to be one cohesive unit. Understand what I'm saying when you do this. And you guys are not understanding that it ain't always just the players. It's the scheme that you're running as well. What did Mike McCarthy say? We are going to run this team as far as our defensively on the scheme. We're going to play it to our players' strengths. And that couldn't be the realest stuff that I ever wrote right there. Special teams is going to be better because you got John Fossil there. I love what he did with the Rams. You got Jim Tomsula as your defensive line coach. He's going to come in here. He's going to get these guys ready to go. You got the young guys back there with Al Harris and Maurice Lindquist. Young guys that and like with Al Harris, he was a DB for the Packers. Mike McCarthy was his coach. These players know who Al Harris is. They respect him. So I look at it like this: that knick-knack, paddywhack, give you dog a bone stuff. We come to play. All right. If we got to take it back to Bill Parcells days, y'all, we got to do what we got to do. Nick used to start fights. Love that guy. Yeah, Frat. He definitely did, bro. Des Bryant ain't agreed to no damn 2-year deal. What are you talking about? Robbie Radford, what's going on? What's the hold up on Dak E2? I know he wants to deal, but I'm wondering if Jones want to see what he could do under McCarthy. What it is, and we've talked about this, and Mark has talked about it on his channel as well. It's the guaranteed money. it's the fact that Dak Prescott wants more money than Carson Wentz, right? And I can give him that because, again, Dak Prescott has not missed a game. Although he did have that issue with his shoulder or his arm or whatever, that AC joint issue, he still played the game and threw the ball downfield. So the fact that he didn't complain and came in there and played, how many quarterbacks you know going to come in there and be humble and do that? You can say what you want about Dak Prescott, but that leadership, man, and that will to win, the fact that he don't flinch, you can't teach that, bro. You can't teach that. Now, if I were Dak Prescott, what they just offered him now, that $105 million guaranteed, the 33 a year, give it to him. Sign it, because Amari Cooper still got to get paid. We got to this weekend, y'all. The deadline is this weekend. It's got to get done, period. And I ain't lying to you, man. I'm keeping 100. It is what it is. Carson Wheelchair Wentz. The fact that Dak Prescott was a 4th round draft pick, and his numbers in the 4 years that he's been quarterback has been up there with Carson Wentz and Jared Goff. Matter of fact, name me another quarterback in the 4th round of that draft in 2016 that's either still in the league or that got drafted before him that's production is better than him. I'll wait. Because you can't because it doesn't exist. It's like dust. It just floats away in the air. Dak was picked what? 134th? 135th? 4th round draft pick. Wasn't expected to do a damn thing. Y'all remember he was behind Jamil Showers on the depth chart. When Tony Romo got injured, it was Kellen Moore, which is now the offensive coordinator, Jamil Showers, and then Dak Prescott. What was the problem with Dak Prescott coming out of school? The reason why he was a 4th round draft pick, because when he was in college, the way they ran it, he's like Lamar Jackson. He was a runner more than he was a thrower. Now, he did throw the ball downfield. I watched a lot of his Mississippi State tape, and I said, how come Jason Garrett don't utilize him how Mississippi State was? Not saying that he got to run all the time, but RPO, that is Dak's bread and butter. That is the problem with our old coaching staff. They were not playing to our players' strengths. They were too focused on trying to change a player and change his position to fit with what they were trying to do. When you cannot do that, you have to play your team to your players' strengths. If you're not playing to your players' strengths, then what the hell are we doing here? What are we doing? And I'm not going to bullshit none of y'all. I'm going to give it to you direct. This is what it is, man. This is what it is. And look, if you don't like Dak Prescott, give me a reason why you don't. Everybody keeps talking about coming at Mark Holmes and saying that he's a homer. Yeah, he talks about Dak Prescott a lot, maybe sometimes too much, but whatever. I don't hate Mark for that. But at the end of the day, he's passionate about his team and he's passionate about his quarterback. And if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you should be excited, because if you did not have Dak Prescott, who the hell are you going to get? Oh, I've heard people say, oh, well, let's get Teddy Bridgewater here. What the fuck? Really? And some of these comments that some people make, and I just be like, really? 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 Have y'all ever played the game of football? Organized ball? Ever? Because it don't work. This is not fantasy football. You can't just we're not out on the street talking about some, all right, the guy stand on the sideline like you do a basketball, like pick up basketball. You're like, all right, I'm going to pick him. All right, I got him. Oh, he sucked. I'm going to get him. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to be smart. The game of football is all about strategy. You know, they always say, take what the defense gives you. Yeah. But also, too, you have to be aggressive and tell them, I'm going to do this and you're not going to stop me. And you have to stop me. And if you're not, I'm going to keep beating it in until you do it. that's what it was. What did Kobe Bryant say in those memes? And rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Damn, like, but what did Kobe Bryant do in that? Soft, right? So our teams was soft, SOFT, soft. That's how we were playing, soft. Come on, man. We got gashed up the middle by C.J. Anderson in the playoffs with the Rams, and they didn't even keep him after that. Little bowling ball running back, just running through us, just running the hell through us. I mean, let's talk about the guys that was there with Dak Prescott that are not in the league anymore. You talking about Paxton Lynch? Remember when Jason Garrett? I mean, not Jason Garrett. When Jerry Jones wanted Paxton Lynch over Dak Prescott? Y'all better be glad we did not get Paxton Lynch. You better be glad that we didn't pick Paxton Lynch over Dak Prescott. Because, bruh, let me tell you, you think we got problems? Everybody complain about Dak. You would be really complaining if you had goddamn that boy. Christian Hackenberg. Where's he at? The last time I seen Christian Hackenberg, he was in the AAF. It didn't work out there. It didn't work out. He got ousted in the damn AAF, and then that folded. I was expecting to see him play for a team in the XFL. He couldn't even do that. Cardell Jones, the starter for the DC Defenders. And I got this when we went to the game. It was a good game though. It was good. Cardell Jones, DC Defenders, starting quarterback. He's all right. But when I look at his play, and I'm like, he ain't better than Dak Prescott. But these guys are not in the NFL anymore. And they got picked before Dak Prescott. So, as we keep saying, oh, well, Dak Prescott this, Dak Prescott sucks, Dak trash caught, Dake and Doug Dak. I done heard it all. Give it a goddamn rest. Stop. Doughboy Fresh, what's up, man? Stop it. Okay, so this. You can't trade Dak Prescott right now because he's not under contract. So if you do sign Dak Prescott or put a franchise tag and you try to trade him, I heard people say trade him to the Dolphins. For what? They're not going to give you 2 first-round draft picks. They're not even going to give you 2 second-round draft picks. And even if you do get those picks, who you going to get? Who you going to get? So we talk about Joe Burrow, right? We've seen what Joe Burrow has done in college. Remember when Tua was higher than Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow, just so y'all know, if y'all didn't know, Joe Burrow at first, he wasn't even slated to go into the first round before he made magic with LSU. Tua was said to be, before his injury, he was said to be the first pick in the draft. Tua Tagovailoa was picked to be the first guy in the draft, right? We talk about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow came out of nowhere. Heisman winner. That projected him all the way up to number 1. Joe Burrow, they said that he has small hands. So does Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes seems like he's doing pretty well for me. He won the damn Super Bowl. Now, granted, he didn't play well in the game, but that's why you have a team around you to help you out. That defense helped out, and he did what he did what he needed to do in the fourth quarter to win that Super Bowl. Now, we don't know what Joe Burrow is going to do in the NFL. We know that he gonna get drafted by the Bengals, and they suck ass, right? I think they won 2 games this year, so I think that he could be really good in the NFL. But again, it's the unknown. So you want to get rid of Dak Prescott when you've known the production that he's done, and you know, and you can imagine what he can do even better with this better coaching staff. But you want to get rid of him for what? A ham sandwich? You gonna put his ham sandwich on the field and get the ham sandwich and throw the ball downfield? Extra mayo. What you want to do? Because let me tell you something. I don't know. The logic doesn't make sense. If you want to argue the point, I'll argue with whatever. I value everybody's opinion. But if what you're saying doesn't hold water, I'm going to tell you about yourself. And the reason why I try so hard is because as Dallas Cowboy fans, those of you in here that are, we talk about this all the time. I care about you guys because you're Cowboy fans. So when you say stuff that's outrageous, I want to help you get back on the smart train because you don't want to go around other teams talking like that because we don't, as a Cowboys fan base, I want us to be a little more smarter than that. We can't be, we can't be like those Eagle fans that just say whatever out their mouth. We can't be like those other teams that just blurt bullshit. And sometimes I can't defend some of our Cowboy fans because we do say some dumb shit. And I understand you guys get excited, but this ain't fantasy football. We got to be realistic when we're talking about this. Now, you talk about all of us YouTubers, me, Mark Holmes, Dallas Cowboys 1980s, DMV Dallas Cowboys, Michael Anthony Fitness, Okoye Media, Law Nation, Cowboys Blog, all the guys that's out here putting the work in, right? Vosh Lombardi, Foots, the King. Like, all of us are giving you stuff, and all of us have our own thing that we're good at. Every one of us is different. And I know a lot of you guys follow multiple YouTubers. Now, I'm probably the newest YouTuber out of all of them. So, to me, even though I'm older than some of them, I look up to them because they have been doing this longer than me. But I'm going to tell you right now, we all bring something different to the table. So, as I talk about, and Shango, my bad. Shout out to Shango, the Godfather. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know these guys. These guys know who I am. But at the same time, I show respect to all of these guys because they work hard at their craft, just like I work hard at my craft. Okoye Media. That's why his name is Media. He's an editor. He's a professional editor. He does his shit. Matter of fact, I need to get on his team because I have my degree in what he does. Now, Law Nation. Always out here in the streets talking to you guys. Matter of fact, when I first, before I even knew who Mark Holmes was, Law Nation was the first guy that I watched on YouTube because his voice, like I would hear his voice and like, this is Law. You are tuned in to nothing but the best. You know what I mean? Like he has that velvety voice, that Barry White sound. So you know who he is when you hear him. You know what I mean? And then when I met Law Nation, man, we hit it off. Vosh Lombardi, the homie. Me and him linked up at the draft when it was at the Dallas Cowboys back in 2017. And I'm telling you, like, me and Vosh, you put me and Vosh together, it's comedy. Comedy. Vosh Lombardi, shout out to Vosh Lombardi, yo. Like, me and this dude right here, we kill it together. But again, even though we do our stuff separately, we all show respect for each other, and that's how we do as a fan base. And when we bring our material to you guys, it's all about the respect that we have, and we do this for the love of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is hard work that we all put in to maintain our channels and keep providing content on a weekly basis. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy having a YouTube channel. Those of you guys that tried, you know, Mike Mosh, he's new to the thing too. Shout out to Mike Mosh too. You guys get your jerseys from him, things of that nature. South of Heaven 88 on YouTube as well. So you show respect to your fellow YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jet. I don't know if Jet D is in here, but Jet D, man, he's been a supporter of us for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I finally met Jet D, I mean, it was a cool experience. So, you know, with all of that, this is what we do. This is what we do day in, day out to try to get it to you. You guys criticize Mark Holmes for doing too much videos, but hey, if it wasn't for Mark Holmes, man, I tell you, like, because a lot of us don't do videos as much as Mark Holmes. And some of you guys will probably get bored after a while because Mark Holmes is out here doing it 24/7. 24/7. My homie Dallas Cowboys 1980. Like me and him got to do some stuff together when I get to North Texas because he lives in North Texas. But again, like I show respect for these guys because, like I said, I'm newer than them in the game. I've only had. I think I started my channel. My first video was the Eagles Super Bowl. I did a video at halftime. It was trash. It was. It was my first time doing it. I had to learn. I had to get better. I had to get my confidence up. But you guys see me now. You guys that support me now, I appreciate each and every one of you because that means the world to me. But back to what the conversation I had. Yes, shout out to 1980. He comes in from time to time. He probably dealing with family right now. Yeah, and yeah, shout out to Mark Holmes, the OG. And this is the thing. Do you really think Dez is coming back? No. See, we talked about Dez Bryant many times. And I said this in the beginning of the stream as well. Dez is going to be your 4th round receiver if he gets on this team. Because Cooper is your 1, Gallup is your 2, Randall Cobb is your 3, and he's the slot guy. So you got your X and your Y and your slot, right? Your 4th receiver has to be a special teamer. Dez Bryant ain't doing no special teams at 31 years old. So this whole miracle of Dez Bryant coming back. Now, you guys ask me about Dez Bryant all the time. I tell you the truth. I love Dez. I would love to see him throw up the X and score a touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys again. That way I can pull my Dez Bryant jersey out and wear it again. You feel me? But, in a perfect world, that makes sense. But when you look at it from this standpoint, I think that Dez doesn't make sense with how this team is moving forward. Dez is not a great route runner. Every receiver that we have on this team, even Tavon Austin, if they resign, all of them are good route runners. Every single one of them. From Randall Cobb to Amari Cooper to Michael Gallup. All these guys can run routes effectively. Dez Bryant is not a route runner. If you utilize Dez Bryant, you're only using him for 2 reasons. Sluggo and deep in-cut routes, like how Odell Beckham did when he was in New York, those little slant routes, and back shoulder fades for touchdowns. That's it. You're only using him for 2 things, to body the guy. But remember, one of the reasons why he's gone is because him and Dak didn't have a rapport. Dak Prescott is not going to throw him open like Tony Romo did. Tony Romo made Dez Bryant better because Tony Romo was able to visualize and do that. Shout out to Tony Romo. He just made $17 million a year being a broadcaster to speak about Dak Prescott and the rest of the players in the league. $17 million a season. That's $1 million a game. $1 million a week to work 3 days out of the week? That is a beautiful gig. Let me get that. I will be the best commentator, analyst guy that you will ever see in your life. Understand that that boy secured the bag. You hear me? He secured the bag. And I love Tony Romo. And I love what he did when he was on this team. You know what I'm saying? But he made Dez Bryant what Dez Bryant was. Dez Bryant wasn't a savvy route runner. And Dak Prescott is not the type of quarterback that's going to get Dez Bryant like that. He has to have guys that are already good route runners because they need to be where they need to be. Because Dak has other stuff that he needs to worry about. He's not the Tony Romo cerebral guy. He ain't even been in the league long enough to even be like Tony Romo as far as knowing the game like that. He hasn't seen everything that needs to be seen. Tony Romo has seen all the defenses. He knows the ins and outs. I mean, hell, Tony Romo's so good. He was a quarterback, but he could be a defensive coordinator. That's how good Tony Romo was. Although this team did not make it to the Super Bowl with him, and I'm not going to say that's all his fault. You look at the Jason Garrett era, it's just the same narrative. It don't matter who you got in here. They weren't going to make it to a Super Bowl until Jason Garrett and his staff was out of here. And it goes back to what I was talking about, how excited I am for this new regime that we have going forward. $1 million for 60 minutes. I'm telling you, man. 23 million in Canadian dollars. Wow. Look at that. But see, this is the thing. And we also, and about Des Bryant, we also don't know how well he is coming back from that Achilles rupture. You know what I mean? We've seen him work out at the Cowboys fit place and stuff, and he basically, you know, through his videos out there, just running slant routes because that's what he does. That's his bread and butter. Slant and back shoulder fades. So to say that he will come back to the Dallas Cowboys, realistically, I don't see it happening. If they do give him an opportunity to try out or at least come to training camp, who knows? You never know. They might find a different way to utilize him, but he's gotta be willing to take that backup role. You understand me? So that's what we're going with that. Um, yeah, working with Pat Mahomes, but that could also mean that he could go. He could get signed by the Chiefs. The Chiefs going to need another wide receiver because they're going to lose some players. So they might get Dez. Hell, Dez might go back to the Saints. Who knows? Who knows? Cajun Cowboy, where you been at, man? Damn, man, you been showing me love, Cajun Cowboy. What's going on, bro? You down? What you down there? Uh, cooking up some stuff? Hey, bro, I need to get down there to Louisiana, man. I'm telling you, if I get down there one time, you definitely got to show me like what it is, what Louisiana got to offer because I heard it. I heard it's legit down there, bro. um, we don't even know if he's in shape. Shape. No, well, I don't think he's in game shape yet, but I think if you give Dez Bryant, he's in shape, in regular shape, but football shape is different from that because I tell you one thing, I wanted to try out for the XFL, even as old as I am right now. I wanted to just play again. I just wanted to be in a uniform and just hit somebody one more time and make $100,000 a couple of times in the season. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I might do that. I might reach out to one of those XFL teams and give me an agent and see if I can play one. I just want 1 year. Just give me 1 year. I'll work. I'll work throughout the season. First of all, right now I've been working out heavy. Shout out to my personal trainer. He's been killing me. I've been getting. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've been losing weight. I've been losing body fat, not weight. I've been losing body fat. I've been slimming down. My stomach don't poke out no more like it used to. My arms are getting big. Like I'm telling you, man, I'm at the point right now where if I keep this up, man, I could probably play again. I might feel good enough to play again. At 35 years old, that's unheard of, baby. I might come back and play. Who knows? Um, yeah, Cajun food is definitely amazing. William Taylor, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Work in the Gulf of Mexico. You're a commercial fisherman. Oh, okay. All right. So you be getting the crabs and the shrimps and all that, bro. You got Cajun. You gotta send me some shrimps, man, and some scallops. I love scallops. You said I'm starting to sound like Uncle Rico. Who the hell, Uncle Rico? Raymond, you stupid. um, Stevie Mack, what it do, brother? What it do? So, like I said, we signed Adam Redmond. Um, he really got. They were like, you said without thinking your previous comment. What was that? Sorry, I missed it, man. I was trying to get my thoughts together. I didn't see it. My bad. Um, yeah, Thomas Garrett. They're definitely two different things, and trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. Um, when they re-signed Adam Redmond, they were like, "Oh, why we bring that bum back?" Well, you need depth on your O line. I want to see them re-sign Joe Looney. They also put the option on Jameis Olawale, so he's going to get $1 million for one season with the option for another year. So, which means that like right now, he's going to be resigned for the next year with the veteran minimum, the $1 million. Is Jason? And this is the killing about Jason Garrett, right? And I hate to have to keep talking about him, but you got to talk about your past to get to your future. But this month, it's Lune. I know it's French. I know, but anyway, um, you talk about these guys, and it's like Jason Garrett didn't know what to do with Jameis Olawale, which don't make sense to me because Jason Garrett is a full like his offense is predicated on having a fullback, right? But we ain't never use him. You see what Jameis Olawale did when he was with the Raiders, right? You bring him over here, and you don't do those things. You guys could go back to the video that I did when I made the comparison to him, and I was talking about how he was a triple threat, how he can catch the ball out the backfield, he can block, and he can run the ball. You can use him as a running back, traditional fullback. You can use him on jet sweeps. You can do different things with him, but that communication with the quarterback has to be pristine. That one thing that they try to play, I'm not gonna when Jameis Olawale missed that ball, I'm not gonna blame that on him because I just feel like the play was sloppy. The way the play even unfolded was sloppy, and it didn't make any sense. So I look at it like this: now that they're gonna bring him back, Mike McCarthy. Remember, he had John Kuhn. He had John Kuhn over there with the Green Bay Packers when he was their fullback, and he had pretty good production. He actually scored like 4 touchdowns one season as a fullback. So we have the players, guys. The missing key was the leadership, and that leadership was the coaching staff. Mark my words. Mark my words. Yes, Thomas, he does love a fullback, and that's my whole conversation about Jameis Olawale. You are going to see this year them actually utilize Jameis Olawale. You might see him score a touchdown. This offense has the propensity right now to be dynamic. You understand what I'm saying? With Dak Prescott to him. Because you can do different things with Dak Prescott. Do that RPO, that run pass option. He can run the ball himself. He can hand it off to Zeke Elliott. Mike McCarthy already tipped you guys already and told you that he's going to have Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard in the game at the same time. They're going to run 2 running back sets. They're going to do bootlegs. They might do a wildcat. Even though that's old school, but they might bring it back. Who knows? We are now running a West Coast offense, but we're using the same terminology. So it's going to be easier for Kellen Moore to call in these things to Dak Prescott. But yes, it's going to be the same terminology, but they're going to mean different things. So because we're not using Jason Garrett's playbook anymore, and we have the integration of Mike McCarthy's system, now running that West Coast offense, it's going to help Dak Prescott tremendously. Tremendously. You're going to see a much better quarterback just off the strength of them running the West Coast. You look at the Rams, they run the West Coast offense. You remember when we looked at Jared Goff as to be a bust? When Sean McVay became his coach, all of a sudden he was revitalized. He was a better player. He was a better quarterback. To me, Jared Goff, if you want my honest opinion about Jared Goff, though, when I look at Jared Goff, I see a guy that's just he's really just sometimey. You know what I mean? He reminds me of Joe Flacco in his prime. He'll win you some games, and then other days he'll fall flat on his face, and you're sitting here and holding your hands out like, what? Like, I could imagine how frustrating it is to be a Rams fan, because to have your quarterback play like that, to just drop a ball totally in one game and then all of a sudden be dynamic the very next, it's just no consistency. At least with Dak Prescott, when he loses a game, it ain't because he faltered a lot. Yes, Dak Prescott has thrown errant passes before. He's thrown the ball too high. He's thrown the ball too low. Every quarterback has done it. You know what I mean? No quarterback is perfect. Not even the GOAT Tom Brady is perfect, because players make mistakes. That's just all about it. But it's all about how you fix it and what you do going forward. Now, I'm going to back my quarterback up no matter what, guys, because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and that is what you're supposed to do. You look at that. You look at how this offense could potentially go going forward with Jameis Olawale. I'm so glad that they got him signed back again, because I was worried about that. Because with him at fullback, you got the option of him getting the ball as well, because they're never going to know that he's going to get the ball, because how less of the fact that he gets the ball. You got a dynamic young guy like Tony Pollard, fresh legs. He can spell Ezekiel Elliott when Ezekiel Elliott gets tired, so you don't have to run Ezekiel Elliott into the ground, and he ultimately wouldn't finish his contract out because you would be running him in the ground. But by not running him in the ground, you got options to do so many different things. So I just look at that as a positive. I just look at that as a plus. Now, when you slide over to this defense, what are we going to do? We know we've heard them say already that they're going to bring back Anthony Brown. I know some of you guys are like, oh, why are they bringing back Anthony Brown? Because his contract is going to be cheap, right? Low expectations. No, and Goff is not as good as Dak. He is not. But what I was talking about with Goff is the fact that he got better when Sean McVay came. His career, he owes it all to Sean McVay. So when I tell you guys that coaching matters, it really matters, guys, because there's players out here that would suck without their coaches. Dak Prescott was the exact opposite. He was better than what the coaches can coach him. So it is what it is. Donnell Womack, what's going on? Manster, what's going on, man? What's up with Cowboys and Steelers home fan game? And right. I talked about that. I know you just got in here, but I talked about that. We get those 5 games. It gives the Cowboys the opportunity to go to training camp early and just get in there and do what they need to do and get the hell out. I would love to go to training camp because training camp is always my birthday. And I think that the Hall of Fame game might be on my birthday this year, depending on what day my birthday falls this year. I gotta go look at it. I ain't gonna worry about it right now. We got plenty of time for that. But you got to look at the positives. They're planning to re-sign Anthony Brown, whether you like it or not. It's depth. It's depth purposes. They got to figure out what they're gonna do with Jeff Heath. You pretty much got to sign him back too because he's a solid guy. He's a special teamer and he plays on defense. Like he's your Swiss Army knife. He does it all. Kayvon Frazier, my frat brother. Who knows if he'll play for the Cowboys again? I don't know. Your birthday is Sunday. Happy birthday, because I'm pretty sure I won't talk to you between now and then. So happy birthday to you. So everybody, tell Game Time 2K20 happy birthday. Birthday is on Sunday. Are we getting another pick for Cole Beasley? I thought that pick was for Cole Beasley. Because Cole Beasley was undrafted, right? So I think undrafted guys. I think that compensatory pick that we got, I think that was for Cole Beasley. Because I think he's the only guy that we lost. Yeah. That 5th round compensatory pick was for Cole Beasley. And see, like everybody keeps saying that like Aaron Rodgers got better after McCarthy left, and I'm just like, don't let that shit fool you. Aaron Rodgers wanted what Aaron Rodgers wanted. He forced his coach out of there. They got into it. They didn't get along down the stretch, and it's like a thief in the night. He got his coach fired, and he thought the grass was greener on the other side. Granted, their record was better, but they still didn't make it. And as free agency looms this week and next week, and who Dallas Cowboys gonna pick? Who you gonna pick? Who are you going to pick? Well, you got options. You have a lot of options there. You look at some of the higher guys that you're not going to get, like Chris Jones from the Chiefs. He's going to command a lot of money. You're not going to be able to get him. You said August 6th is the Hall of Fame game? Damn, that's 3 days after my birthday. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, and he did. He definitely ran McCarthy out of Green Bay. They didn't get along, and he got his way. He became a diva and was like, I don't want this coach anymore. I don't want him anymore. Off with his head. So that's pretty much how that went. Can we get Greg Zuerlein in there? Real possibility? I don't know. What's the money looking like? What's the money looking like? Some people want Snacks Harrison. You gonna get Snacks Harrison? You want some snacks? I would like Snacks Harrison in the middle. He could be the refrigerator with arms that we need. Because again, the one technique defensive tackle, you do not need to be a pass rusher. And for whatever reason, or if somehow he does get sacks, you got your money's worth, sir. But outside of that, yeah, you said the big boy from Detroit, Snacks Harrison, former New York Giant as well. Um, Bring him in there. Get him in there. I know some people. I've heard some people on their channels talk about they want OJ Howard. I don't want no OJ Howard as a tight end. But I do think that we do need to get another tight end in the draft later in rounds. But I think that our draft right now is going to be very defensive, top heavy. You said Anthony Harris from the Vikings is a good find. Yeah, I agree with that. But one thing you don't want to do is go into the draft with a lot of these needs. You want to make sure that you did your due diligence in free agency. So for the Dallas Cowboys this year, free agency, and I know you guys don't want to hear this, but it might be more about them getting the guys that they need as far as the guys that are on the team that were good enough to play on this team. Robert Quinn to me is a must. You got to sign Robert Quinn because one, the depth behind him is not great. Two, um, his production. We didn't have 11 and a half sacks. Come on, man. D-Law didn't even get that. So miss me with that bull. And I think Mark Holmes talked about this as well. The guys on defense, you look at damn, I lost my whole train of thought. What was I saying? God, I hate when that happens. Yeah, who you gonna resign? You gonna resign Malik Collins? But you gotta have it there. And Mark Holmes talked about this. You can take some money somewhere because Tyrone Crawford, you can give him a pay cut, and I'm pretty sure he'll take it because he still wants to be a Dallas Cowboy, and he has a lot to prove because he's been injured, and he had what was it, hip surgery or something like that. Like he's not gonna be the same guy. So what are you gonna do now? When the CBA does get finally reconciled and they figure out what's going on with that, and these players stop being babies and agree with the shit, um, we can get back to football. But it is what it. Tamara Parker, where you been at, girl? What it do? What it do? Shout out to the homie Tamara. Tamara has been. You missed a lot, Tamara, because I'm getting ready to shut it down in a minute. You missed it. But you can always, and that's the thing about YouTube. When it posts, you can go back and look at what you missed. Any update on Randall Cobb? Well, the update is he's going to be resigned. It's going to happen. We already know Mike McCarthy said he wants his boy, and Mike McCarthy going to get his boy. So Tamara Parker has been one of my subscribers from the beginning. From the beginning. Tamara been following me so long, she knew when I was garbage, when my channel sucked. When nobody even knew who E2 Blue was. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just that guy trying to make my way. What about Chris Harris? Are you talking about the corner from the Broncos? He might be a little pricey as well. Who knows? Yes, ma'am, Tamir. Appreciate you. Always appreciate you. Tamir, you coming back up to Maryland this summer? You gotta link up. Cause you down there in Florida, and you know where you need to be at. Yeah, Tamir. Day one. um, There's a couple of other people in here that's been my day ones as well. Dave Moore been around for a while too. Shout out to Dave Moore as well. Uh, but yeah, like I mean that's where we're at, guys. Now, don't get too excited about free agency because with the Dak Prescott and the Cowboys screwed themselves over with that. You have to go back and you have to look at the bigger picture, right? Because you got to look at what we need on this team. And if he wants $7 million, the Cowboys would probably give it to him because they need Randall Cobb right now. And when you talk about this team and our needs, we had a couple of years in a row where guys need to be signed. But like I said, the Cowboys screwed themselves over because they should have signed Dak before. But they were so focused on, oh, he's not going to get better. He's not going to produce better than he did the season. And Dak Prescott, he did what Dak Prescott did. He betted on himself, and now they got to pay him what the market value is. Whether you think he deserves it or not, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you can do about that. It is what it is. Raymond, I've been avoiding you too many Cowboy haters. Yeah, Tamara, it is. But guess what, Tamara? You still gotta support me though, because guess what? I can't fight these people by myself. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all. Like Mark Holmes says, without you guys, this can't be done. And just give Dak Prescott his money. And when people keep saying he don't deserve it, I think that's bullshit. He deserves to get his money. Because ain't nobody coming on your job telling you what the hell you deserve, what you don't deserve. So I'm not going to tell a grown ass man that he don't deserve to get paid. Fuck that. I'm not going to do that. In the truck with work clothes and dreads. Right. Throwback E2. I miss my locks though. I ain't gonna lie though. I do. But I've come to terms with the short hairstyle now, and I'm probably gonna rock it for the foreseeable future. Yeah, he played to live in his contract. Everybody else. When you got a starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys and he's getting paid less than a punter, he's getting paid less than some third string quarterbacks on teams. That's just ridiculous. Now, Omar, you said if Ruggs, Lamb, or Judy are available, so you're talking about wide receivers, right? But I don't think you get a wide receiver in the first round. You have too many holes on defense that you got to fill first. That's why I said, that's why I told you guys before that the top half of this draft has to be defensive heavy. Has to be. New coaching staff, same Stephen Jones, like the shopping, good with free agency. It's not about that though, Raymond. You also have to realize too that because we have so many free agents, you got to figure out what to do with them. So you can't just go out there and be like, all right, I'm gonna pick this guy because the money doesn't make sense. Like you're not gonna overpay for a guy when you could bring back what you already know. And Mike McCarthy said that. Like you're not gonna go out and get something unknown and spend the farm for it rather than signing a guy that you've already groomed and bred and you know what he can play, you know what he can do and what he can't do, you know his ins and outs. Why not sign what you already have and just keep it moving? Hope Kinlaw will be a 17. It's quite possible. But you got options. You got Delpit. You got Kinlaw. You got McKinney. Some of these guys will rise. Some of them will fall. It is it's a lot can happen between now and April 23rd. Is all I'm saying. Oh, got some haters in here. Got some haters. Got some haters. Oh no, you ain't got to delete the message. Let them talk his shit. Yeah, you got it. Like you're right. You have to. You gotta stop. You have to stop. Fall in love with the sexy names. You're right about that. All right, Tamir, appreciate you. Um. Oh yeah, my Michael Irvin jersey. Yes, yes. You gotta respect your legends, man. You got to. And that's why, like for now on, I'm about to start just buying Legends jerseys. Only current players I'm gonna have are ones that I really, really, really bang with like that. You know what I'm saying? Cowboys should have beat the Eagles. How they lose, I know, but it is what it is. It happens because every team in this league loses to a team. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just it happens. I only want one name. Plus, we just got another pick. Yeah, and see, this is the thing. You said the Witten jersey's gonna be on sale, yeah, because it don't look like Jason Witten. Speaking of Witten jerseys, I got. Oh man, see, I still got mine. I don't know what to do with it though. I just washed it or whatever. Um, it's all clean or whatever. So, but if so, this is my issue. They were talking about if Jason Witten still want to play, he has an option to go with the Giants, and they said the same thing about Sean Lee. If both of them or either one of them goes to the Giants, I'm gonna be pissed off because I'm just like, come on, you gonna just go follow Jason Garrett? Just because you want to follow, you want to go, you're gonna tarnish your legacy with the Dallas Cowboys by going to a divisional rival just because the coach is there? Come on, man. Who's kissing whose ass right now? Eastside Harold, you said how did Dallas lose to the Jets? How did y'all lose to the Titans? How about that? You tell me that. When you tell me how y'all lost to the Titans, then I'll tell you how we lost to the goddamn Jets. All right, sir? Don't start that shit. And again, and like Omar said, a lot of players, a lot of see, they always want to bash Dallas Cowboys, but the Cowboys don't do nothing different than any other team, though. So I kind of just ignore that crap. When I'm gonna teach you how to DJ, oh, that's you talking about money right there. Yeah, we do need some dogs in the defense, and they're gonna definitely get some. Yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna keep the jersey though. Uh, End of the season, Deshaun Watson didn't play. We already was locked for the playoffs. Okay, okay. I hear you, Eastside here. I hear you. Don't make excuses, but I hear you. You think the Cowboys will sign Chris Harris? If the money is right, the money got to be right. You said 8-8 is a blessing in disguise. Clapper is gone. I mean, there's a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans that think like you do, Omar, and they basically say, "Hey, we're not gonna we're not gonna we don't want Jason Garrett no more." And I know everybody was happy when he got cut, but I told y'all he was going to the Giants. I already knew it. Philly Cowboys 7. I like to mess with him. That's what I like to do. I'm gonna end the stream soon though because it's getting late on my end. So any last comments, concerns from you guys? Let me know. I'll address it before I end the stream tonight. We'll sweep the East this year. There's no reason why we can't. You said Wentz robbed the Eagles for $100 million. Yeah, if he get injured again, that's gonna be that's gonna be a hell of a conversation. I should start a podcast that features Dallas Cowboys YouTube. That'll be interesting. Only problem is getting us all together is probably not gonna happen. Everybody got different schedules, live in different time zones. It's a lot. That's pretty much what we at. You heard Josh Norman? Yeah, Josh Norman got signed to the Bills, yo. Got signed to the Bills. Oh boy, good old Josh Norman jumping over bulls in Spain. Good old Josh Norman. He did great work and really support. Yeah, so I appreciate that, man. Hey, so I just want to say before I end, I'm still working on a lot of things on my end as well. I've been having a lot of things going on in my personal, so I'm just working things out. So it's it's a lot of things I want to do to perfect my channel and do some better things. So So just be patient with me, guys. I got some things I really want to do. I am going to the draft as long as they still having it. If this coronavirus don't kill everybody, as everybody keeps saying, I don't really. I mean, I don't take the coronavirus lightly, but I also am not losing my mind over it neither, because I got my reasons for that. But that's a conversation for another day. That'll be a whole nother hour conversation. But I just look at it like this. Vegas is coming up. It's gonna be my first time going. I'm gonna get you guys some good entertainment while I'm there. You guys know I'm a damn fool, so I'm gonna give you some content so you guys can chill on that. I got this new editing thing that I'm working on too, so I'm gonna try to go back to my roots and do some things I did like when I was in college. So I'm working on that as well. Keep doing things that come to love. Man, I appreciate the fact that you guys, stand and listen to me, and because I'm the little person in the pond right now. Because all the other YouTubers, man, they got big numbers. They've been doing this for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I show love and respect for those guys. I'm new on the block still, even just now, 3 years in the game. John Durden, appreciate you, appreciate all y'all support. Brian SoCal, Raymond, Coco, Philly Cowboy, 76, Tamira, I know she rolled out. I appreciate all you guys coming in, man. I appreciate everything that y'all do to support me. I'm gonna keep fighting hard for you guys because again, Dallas even you, Eastside Herald, not being a Dallas Cowboy fan, but being the first one in my live stream, the last 2 times I've done it, I got to give you a hand clap. I'm gonna give you a Jason Garrett hand clap for that one, sir. So yeah, still got that. What the hell? Can't wait to see what kind of play caller Jason Garrett going to do. The Giants are going to be reminiscent to the former Cowboys. That's what's going to be. Appreciate it, Williams Taylor. But yeah, so in the meantime, between time, guys, stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize and don't give up. That's the word of advice that I have for you right now. Master, appreciate you guys. You guys have a good evening. I'll probably do a video tomorrow during the day while I'm at work on my break and see what we're talking about. So, till then, guys, appreciate your support on my channel, and I'm not gonna let y'all down. Peace. Y'all have a good evening.